Przepraszam was bardzo, ale coś się porobiło. I nie wiem co.
It is good to see you, my friend.
O, teraz mogę podejść.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow was planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit. Try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I'm going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
Nie, to nie PlayStation
What's
się
going
nie...
on here?
Wiecie jak ja czyszczę PlayStation? Pędzlem do makijażu. Jestem dobry łyżwisk. Właśnie są covery. Są na PS5 covery. Ale tylko na te bez dysków, a ja mam z dyskiem.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your
Jak nie
time.
używam, to przykrywam.
Oi,
Żeby
speak
mi
of
się
the
nie
devil,
kurzyło.
Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
Workiem foliowym od recyklingu.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stand aside!
Not survive this fight.
Jaki bossów przyleciał.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Time to think I can hold them off!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You take this! You can drop a man dead money!
Release me.
has just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Incendio!
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
Incendio!
How beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Yes!
I hope you were able to take care of everything I had asked you to do.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay. You seem to have the right end of the stick, but keep practicing. Expelliarmus may save your life one day.
Witam widzów. Hello everybody.
able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant! What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like some sort of house token. I bet it unlocks house chests. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in Gryffindor and heard they're also in the other common rooms as well. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through and find the Hufflepuff house chest.
To później.
This must be my... Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it.
Hogwarts is a second home to me. Feeling a bit nostalgic about leaving one day.
Revelio. Revelio.
Ancient secrets bring forth an age of... With the rise of a new...
Na dół.
Revelio.
Slytherin.
Revelio.
Dlatego się nie pokazywały te.
Revelio.
Were you scared when the trolls attacked? I'd have been.
Is she growing punches on you again?
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear.
Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bowl. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting Dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor? Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting Dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it...
Pardon me, Professor. What am I supposed to do with the Dittany seeds?
Your part in all this floral alchemy is simple. Take the seeds to your potting table, plant them, and then wait for harvest time.
Pardon me, Professor. What am I supposed to do with the Dittany seeds?
Your part in all this floral alchemy is simple. Take the seeds to your potting table, plant them, and then wait for harvest time.
Pardon me, Professor. What am I supposed to do with the Dittany seeds?
Your part in all this floral alchemy is simple. Take the seeds to your potting table, plant them, and then wait for harvest time.
Pardon me, Professor. What am I supposed to do with the Dittany seeds?
Your part in all this floral alchemy is simple. Take the seeds to your potting table, plant them, and then wait for harvest time.
20 raz to robię to samo, bo...
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but you'll lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's
Revelio.
really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbage at it, and delve in the rest.
Revelio.
Look at that! They'll chomp them anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that'd have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time.
O kurwa, i znowu. Nie. Dobra, ja tutaj nic nie utworzę na chwilę. Miałam zrobić coś innego niż granie. No ale już z powrotem.
Revelio.
O. Ale tyle nigdy nie szłam chyba.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragonhide gloves.
Revelio.
Our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble.
O, ja wiem, co mogę zrobić jeszcze.
Marks or missing digits.
W razie co ja będę grać.
And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
Super, już wracam.
Professor Weasley. There be Auras or someone from the Ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Blackwood.
Revelio. Revelio.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Point for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
My parents...
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
A well-prepared ritual.
Revelio.
Should not be that colorless, McDowell.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Revelio.
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Get it! Again. I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh!
Co tu się dzieje?
I've heard much about you.
Laguje mi się gra całkowicie.
I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
Chyba internet coś mi szaleje.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
I brewed an Edgerus potion, as you asked.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done... I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Revelio.
I hate to see a creature get put down like that. But trolls have no business in Hogsmeade.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration.
A portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
Revelio.
The Forbidden Forest? Are you trying to get yourself killed? Do you have any idea what kind of creatures live in there?
I heard you did quite well in Bradford during...
Professor Hecat isn't here, but then she has a serious subject to teach. Can't afford to coddle students when it comes to defense against the dark arts.
Speaking of astronomy, I'm surprised
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Irytacja.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Revelio.
Potrzebny mi kluczyk. Where are you, kluczyk?
Why would I want to hear what you're good at?
Revelio.
You'll soon learn that Kagawa's techniques are lacking practical uses.
I tried a knee reversal by accident, so I find it rather boring.
Może misja jest tutaj.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Revelio.
Jest kluczyk 1.
Reading can be as magical as any spell. Why can't students see that?
Nieważne.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. Revelio. 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 That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Sure, Kagami could spend extra time.
That was it. Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech, stirred clockwise.
Gdzie jest ten biedny?
Nice to see you, my young friend.
I hope I'm wealthy enough one day.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Nie muszę dziękować.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Revelio.
No nie mam takiego zasięgu dużego.
Revelio.
Jakieś zadanie czy coś? przepraszam. Ale jak ktoś chory, to chory. I kaszle. Jeszcze z 2 godzinki, może godzinkę pogra, 1,5 niech będzie. Nie trzeba zrobić obiad. Co macie na obiad? Bo ja dzisiaj będę miała na obiad fasolkę po brytońsku. Dawno nie jedliśmy. Chyba ją gotuję. Muszę jeszcze zmiksować pastę na kanapki. Wiecie, jak robię pastę? Chcecie czy nie chcecie, to wam powiem.
Revelio. Off on another adventure, are we?
Do brzytwaneczki dodaję cebulkę czerwoną, do tego paprykę czerwoną i do tego, Boże, jak to się po polsku nazywa? Kabaczek? No to takie zielone. Jak to się kurwa nazywa? Ty zaczekaj, ja muszę to sprawdzić, bo kabaczek, czy to się nazywa kabaczek? Cukinia. No kabaczek, cukinia. 1 wałek. Kabaczek, cukinia. Cebula czerwona, papryka czerwona. Wszystko kroimy na takie duże kwadreciki. Do piekarnika olej. Sól, pieprz. Lubczyk. Ale ja nie miałam lubczyku, więc musiałam sobie poradzić z włoskimi przyprawami. I pieczemy. Tak z 20 minut. Na 200 stopni. Tak? Tak jakoś. I później wsadzamy wszystko do blendera, dodajemy ulubionego serka. Ja mam serek z Lidla, bo on mi jakoś tak podpasował. Taki zwyczajny, może być almette, zwykłe śmietankowe, jakie tam uważacie. I to wszystko miksujecie i macie pastę na kanapki. Jest pyszniutka. A jeszcze się dodaje słodkiej papryki, jak ktoś chce. Ale kiedyś wam nagram.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldridge Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
Tylko warzywka muszą wystygnąć, nie na tak na gorąco je blendujemy.
We portraits here more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
Jak chcecie zamienić
Wonderful.
Serek śmietankowy na jakiś
My great niece,
roślinny też może
Wood,
być.
can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
A, jeszcze trzeba tam dodać szczypiorek, ale bez mielenia. Jak już wszystko zmielimy, te wszystkie warzywa, które się upiekły, razem z serkiem, możemy dodać do tego szczypiorek. Jak kto woli.
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there soon, I hope.
No i taka pasta może tydzień powstać. Jest spoko. Możemy kurczaka dodać. Jak już kanapki zrobisz. Ja to cudowne kanapeczki robię. Przepyszne. Jestem majster kanapeczek. Lubię wydziwieć. Czekaj, bo gdzieś misja nam zginęła. Strasznie coś się laguje tutaj. Coś tu jest. Albo internet mi pada, albo telewizor po prostu powiedział. Niedługo się zepsuje. I nie będę kontaktował. Nie wiem. Bo na pewno nie. Nie. Tego nie chcę. Żeby mi się PSK nie rozkraczyła. Chociaż mam 4. Nie, 5, pady dobre, ładne. Ja 5 kupiłam dlatego... Dla padów kupiłam 5. Jakby to nie było. Karol się pyta, dlaczego kupiłaś 5? Znaczy ja dostałam 5, sorry, przepraszam. Nie kupiłam, bo Karol zaraz będzie darzyca, że mówię, że ja kupiłam. Nie, dostałam na urodziny od chłopaka. Tak, bo w tamtym roku chciałam Nintendo, to Karol zakupił mi złoty pierścionek. Tak, który okazał się za mały. W stylu Bollywood, Hollywood. No ale cóż. Leży. I czeka. Nie wiem na co, ale leży. No co wprost powiedziałam, chcę Nintendo, no to Karol kupił coś innego. Zdarza się. No ale w tym roku, w tamtym roku mówię, chcę PS5. Znaczy w sumie robiłam ranking. Czy PS5, czy Nintendo. To większość PS5. No mówię, to ja też wezmę. W sumie dużo mam z PS-ów. Vita, 3, 4 i jeszcze jakieś tam gadżety mam. No to już do kolekcji będzie.
This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned. Helen lives around here somewhere. It's like a place right out of a story.
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Revelio.
Zjadłeś się, nic nie stało? Zjedz jeszcze raz. O. No. I to cała historia
I should investigate.
o PlayStation. No ale Karol mi kupił PlayStation 5, a ja sobie okulary kupiłam. Miałam wcześniej streamować, ale jakieś przerażenie mnie wzięło. Później połamałam łapkę. Nadgarstek dokładnie. I no niestety. Bez ręki nie da się grać.
Revelio. Revelio.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldritch believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an Auror.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be
I
believed,
znów się coś na górze. Ja cię kręcę. To jest jakaś paranoja dzisiaj. Dzisiaj jest paranoidalny dzień.
Follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared.
Dobra.
To woo a girl? She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet.
Skończył rozmawiać.
Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust. And she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
Zobaczę sobie, jakie mam temperatury.
What a horrible story. Well, if you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately, being a retired Auror has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Co to jest? No tutaj to ja jeszcze nie byłem.
Be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. The Dementors won't harm us now. Still, be careful.
Oh, I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
Careful around, Anne. She's been here a lot longer than the rest of them.
I had my fun. I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you.
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you something.
Może się nic nie zawiesi, proszę.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
My only friend, my only hope.
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? Near Upper Hogsfield?
Hogsfield! Ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault? In some ruins? Near Upper Hogsfield? I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look, can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, no, you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Madame Thistlewood, all right, I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. Revelio. Revelio. This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Oh, that's done something. You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind? A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all? Expelliarmus! Revelio.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw? I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired Aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves, and then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the Aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
Thank you. I need to find those pages, to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
Bardoff thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
A map. Doesn't appear to be...
If a Hogwarts is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists, it's not...
I couldn't help it over here. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardoff dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Has the situation with Ranrock's loyalists improved?
I'm afraid not. I fear my brother is only one of many who will have suffered at their hands by the time they move on. If they ever do.
Seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Revelio. 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 Revelio.
Being an officer required a village like Hogsmeade.
Revelio. Revelio.
The tales of beetles above.
polyjuice potion wants keeping away from today's young, I'd say. If it thinks it's got half a chance, a werewolf would be on you like Ghostbusters production. First they're teaching students jinxes. Next thing you know, it's unforgivable curses. It's not every day you meet a retired aura. Helen's a credit to Upper Hogsfield. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Had a fellow from London. Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts.
One of Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
I won't rest till you're dead. This is impossible! One less human to worry about. Someone down like a rear.
Lumos.
one Revelio.
One camp down, 9 more to go.
An intruder! That can be used for better things than this so-called control.
Ravelli, both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that.
Revelio. I do miss the bustle of this.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
It was harrowing, and they dug in their heels, but I managed.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
What are you looking for exactly? Thank you. Sincerely. Marvelous. I could always use more of these. Thank you for passing through.
Trochę odjebałam.
Revelio.
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now.
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph. Only he's gone missing. Rumor is he was seen in the forest practicing
Jezu,
dark
choroba
magic.
to nie jest dobra.
Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot, I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. Shame, really. With Ranrock's camps cleared out, I have a feeling he'd have given up on dark magic altogether.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Zabije się, to jest Oj. A jednak. Dobra, idę naokoło.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio.
I znów się zabije. Przepraszam. Tak fascynujące.
Revelio. Past the river, near the forest. I must be on the right track. Revelio. I should investigate. Revelio.
Naprawdę. To jest czas na kończenie, widzę. Aha. Nie no. Jak tak już nie idzie, to już naprawdę jest zmęczenie tematu.
Is that Imperius wearing a lovely jumper?
No przecież jak ja... Ajajajaj.
Revelio. This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next. Wonder who lives here.
Oh, I do hope my brother is all right. What are you looking for exactly? Thank you for passing through. Oh, I do hope my brother is all right.
Madam Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd!
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph! Bardolph, my dear, dear brother.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Revelio. Revelio.
Times used to be so much simpler.
It's not every day you meet a redeemer. Revelio.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio. Leviosa. Revelio.
Ja pierdolę, nie było pytania.
Revelio. Lumos. Enchanted candles. Wonder where they're heading. The candles seem to be leading into the Forbidden Forest. I suppose the picnic in the Forbidden Forest could seem
To
romantic
jest
to
właśnie
some.
oznaka już, że trzeba zakończyć.
Treasure hunting suits me.
Dobra, żegnam was. Adieu, miłego dnia. I wszystko, co chcecie. Ja idę się przespać już. Jeszcze. Pa.